Have you ever been asked to do something that made absolutely no sense? But deep down, you knew it was the right thing. That's exactly what happened to a man named Abraham. A man whose faith changed the world forever. This isn't just a story about obedience. It's a story about trust, about faith when nothing makes sense, about believing in a promise you can't yet see. Long before there were kingdoms or crowds, Abraham lived in a place called Ur, surrounded by idols and comfort. Life was predictable, safe. But one day, God spoke to him clearly, powerfully, unmistakably. Leave your country, your family, and your father's house, and go to the land I will show you. No map, no details. Just a promise. God told Abraham, I will make you into a great nation. I will bless you and make your name great. And with that, Abraham packed his things, took his wife Sarah, and stepped into the unknown. Days turned into weeks, weeks into years. He wandered through deserts and foreign lands, holding on to nothing but faith in a God who never lies. But time can test even the strongest heart. Abraham grew older. The promise of a child seemed impossible. He and Sarah had prayed, waited, and hoped, but nothing. Then, one night, God took him outside and said, Look up at the stars, Abraham. Count them if you can. That's how many descendants you'll have. Abraham looked up into the night sky, so many stars. Too many to count. And even though he couldn't see how it would happen, he believed God. And that faith, it changed everything. Years later, when Abraham was 100 years old, Sarah gave birth to a son, Isaac, a living, breathing promise. Proof that God's word never fails. But then came the hardest moment of all. God tested Abraham's faith again. He told him to offer Isaac as a sacrifice. It didn't make sense. It broke his heart. But still, Abraham obeyed, believing that somehow God would make a way. And just as he lifted the knife, an angel stopped him. Do not lay a hand on the boy. Now I know that you truly fear God. A ram appeared, caught in the bushes. God had provided. That day, Abraham learned something powerful. When you trust God completely, even when it hurts, He always provides. Abraham's story reminds us that faith isn't about seeing the whole plan. It's about trusting the one who holds it. When life feels uncertain, when God's promises seem delayed, remember Abraham. Because the same God who kept his word to Abraham is still faithful today. So don't give up. Keep believing. Your promise is closer than you think. If this story encouraged you, share it with someone who needs a reminder that God still moves in impossible ways. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me next time as we uncover more stories of faith that still speak today.